The moment we get a lock on him, it's over. Holo target. Just keep hitting him. Excellent. Yeah, this is so broken. You know, when something works, just keep doing it until he's dead. There it is. Most bunnies know that HB is a fan of artillery. When it comes to battle tech, the moment I get a long tom, I can't help but just bring that to every fight no matter what and put giant plates on top of the enemy. And we're gonna place this right there. Stack it. Oh God! It's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. Now, XCOM 2, Long War of the Chosen is one of my other favorite things in the whole wide world. So I kind of figured, if we're in XCOM 2, let's do as the Romans do. Can you create artillery in XCOM 2? In general, I believe that artillery will shoot from very far away. It can shoot indirectly. It has a lot of firepower, and it can generally hit multiple things at the same time. Now in XCOM 2, there are two analogs that I figure are the closest to that. There's the mech sniper and the mech heavy. In this case, the mech sniper has a lot of firepower. It can shoot from very far away. It can't shoot indirectly, and it generally only targets one target at a time. When it comes to the mech heavy, you can definitely hit multiple people at the same time. You can shoot indirectly. You can have a lot of firepower, but you kind of need to be kind of close, right? So you can't shoot from super far away, and that means that you can get shot back at, and that's not always the best. Since the mech heavy fulfills at least 3 of those prerequisites, I figured let's take the mech heavy and let's do what we can to turn it into the ultimate artillery piece. Welcome to our mech heavy squad. So as you can see, all of them are fully equipped and they've got a ton of rockets. One more so than the other. So if we actually take a look at one of these mech heavies, you'll notice that all of them have a bunch of Falcon rockets. Why the Falcon rocket? It's not the strongest rocket. It doesn't have the largest blast radius, but most importantly, it can shoot from 999 tiles away, and it can actually lock onto a target and land right on top of their head. So I figured that's exactly what artillery does. So that means we can take our mech heavies, we can park them into a corner of the map and see what happens when we engage pods from all the way across the map. So hopefully it means we're not going to suffer any return fire, and I think it's going to be awesome. So let's go ahead and check this out together. So here we are in an ambush troop column mission, and this I figure is a pretty good place to see how our mech heavies are going to perform. So we just landed. The only thing that I've changed, I've actually taken a recon bunny and I've added them to the mix so that they can actually find our targets. I'll just go ahead and zoom on out and find the corner. So this doesn't seem like a bad place for us to park. Here is our artillery gun line right here. There's 5 mech heavy bunnies ready to go. And it seems like our first pod is what remains of the Archon King. So he's not super strong. It's a nice small pod, so it seems like a good place to start. So if we actually go to some of our mech heavies right now and we try to shoot, we cannot. There are no targets locked on, so we're gonna have to make sure that we use holo target in order to actually get a proper firing solution. So we're just gonna go ahead and start by using our recon bunny. We'll go ahead and multi-target. That'll tag up all of the Archons in this pod. I think it looks like there's 3. And now, if we go to our mech heavies, you will see that we do have the capability to shoot from above, which is pretty potent. Take a look at that. That's awesome. And what's even better, if we were to lose sight, which I'd have to pull away, we can still shoot at them. So that's pretty epic. Let's go ahead and send it to the Archon King and see how this does. Fire away. So he's got 27 health. And that's not bad. So he is going to get another action for every time that we take an action, and he's going to try to run away. Let's just make sure we overwhelm them with overwhelming firepower. Actually, you know what? Oh, okay. Never mind. High five. So 27 health wasn't enough to stop us. So we'll just keep bombarding away. Nice. And we just target the other guy. Excellent. Have this. Yep. I mean, this isn't bad. It's costing a lot of rockets, but that's not bad. Not bad at all. I think the only problem is I wasn't able to lock this guy up in the process, so I can't shoot at him now, right? That's one of the big weaknesses. So I think I'm just going to go into Overwatch here. He's probably going to move towards us and reveal our recon, which is going to be unfortunate. So fortunately we can... oh boy. Oh wow, okay, there we go. That was odd. He moved like 3 times. I hope he doesn't shoot at us. All we have to do is holo target him, and fortunately we've got conceal, so we can go back into stealth of some kind. Well, let's just go ahead and finish up the pod, and then we'll find a normal pod to engage. This shouldn't take too long. We're just gonna go ahead and lock him up. Now our bunnies, our artillery pieces, have a good target to send to, and we'll just kind of follow that up with a little bit more. You know, it's not the best, but it's also not half bad. Okay, there we go. Great. That's 3 down. There's 8 left to go. So let's go and find us another pod. Okay, it did not take long to find one. They kind of came and found us. Apparently we made a lot of noise. So I'm just going to go ahead and place this multi-target somewhere in the middle. And that's going to allow us to lock up all of these gents, right? Which is excellent. The cool thing about holo target is it lasts for 2 turns. So if I were to pass this turn right here, then we actually can move away from these guys, I think, right? So if I take our recon, and can we move away without getting spotted? I think so. So let's just go ahead and waypoint move, and we'll pull away. There we go. And now technically we can't really see him, right? Well, we can see a few, I suppose. We can pull even farther away, but it's not really necessary. If you take a look at our recon, you can only see 3 enemies: the elite sentry, the elite officer, and the elite gunner. Now, if we go to our mech heavies, though, you can see that we actually have the opportunity to shoot at all 8 of these gentlemen because they've been locked onto, right? So that means that we can completely leave line of sight with a recon and we can still engage. So let's go ahead and pull back and lose sight to that pod. And then we're going to engage like this somewhere in the middle and see what we can accomplish. The cool thing is, it seems that even though we've aggroed, they're not moving. So as long as none of us have direct sight on the enemy, it seems like they don't know what to do. So I'm just going to keep bombarding them. Because even though it doesn't do the most damage, they're not going to spread out, right? Which isn't half bad. Now we're talking. Landed on the officer and the front 3. That's another 3. And then they've got 3 in the back. There's 3 remaining out of the 12 total on the map. And we're just going to put it on the elite lancer because he's kind of in the middle. There it is. And then there was... Is there 1? Oh, no, there's 2 left. There's 2 left. Okay, fair enough. Well, there's that guy and that guy. We'll hit the priest. We'll see if he can sustain this kind of load. All right, high five. That is awesome. Well, flawless victory indeed. That is phenomenal. Good job, bunnies. Good job. Okay, that was pretty awesome. I kind of feel like instead of calling this squad the Fluffle, we should call them the Boom Squad. The Boom Squad, like that. So there's a weird sort of thing that I noticed. If we head on over to the squad view of the Boom Squad, they are all equipped with plasma mech cannons. We didn't really need to utilize the weapons. They're sort of like backup weapons in case the enemy closes with us. But I was kind of thinking, I mean, if we're going to be all the way across the map, we're not even going to be able to engage in between the rockets. Meaning if we don't have a lock on the enemy, then we can't engage them at all. We saw that happen early on with the Archons. So it got me thinking, I love mech snipers so much, and we're using mech heavies, so I just naturally assume they can't use the same weapons, but I was wrong. They can use the artillery cannon, and it even has the word artillery in it. So if we're gonna make artillery, why not equip multiple artillery cannons? Fast forwarding a little bit, it actually seems like one of our regions is under attack, so there's an advent invasion by the assassin herself, so this seemed like as good a time to test things as any, so this is what I'm bringing. I basically have a recon, I have the Boom Squad right here, right next door, I've got 3 enablers. I've got a war master, our specialist, who's a medical specialist, and I've got our mech support, also equipped with an artillery cannon, and then I have a defensive sharpshooter right here with sabot rounds. So I'm going to try my best to use mostly the mech heavy squad, but I think it'll be fun to play with either way. So this is the team that we're going to be bringing in to fight against the Chosen Assassin and the Advent Invasion. So it appears that the psionic command relay that we need to kill is right next to a gigantic hive queen. But more importantly, it's standing out in the open on top of a building. This should be pretty good, and all of a sudden I'm very glad that I brought a bunch of artillery cannons. So I think the plan is I'm going to work my way up to this building right here, form a gigantic artillery cannon gun line, and then start to, well, go to work. So that's the idea, yeah? Okay, we might have a bit of a problem with my plan. When I moved our recon forward, it appears there may be an enemy presence right in front of us. So we're probably gonna have to deal with that first. That includes another hive queen. If we take a look at where we are on the map, this is the corner, so it seems fair to move towards the corner. We don't really need to be in a spot where we are, I suppose, fully exposed. So maybe if we just stand right in front of this cover right here. So we'll just form a gun line right in front so that we don't have any obstructions. Lewis, it would be great if we could get him a little higher, but I think the most I can do is maybe on out here. So let's bring ourselves forward. I'm a little bit worried if I move our defensive sharpshooter too far on this side, we might get outflanked, but he's pretty mobile. Hopefully he's going to be okay. All right, so let's see what we got.
The Chosen is in
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the Chosen crap. Well, this just gets better. She is very strong. Like, I'd have to scroll through all of her strengths right now, so we just don't want to get hit, basically. Okay, fair enough.
Will you sacrifice all of them to save yourself?
Yes, I would. Why do you think we're kind of setting things up so that I don't even have to get shot at? Probably because I'm very afraid of all of this stuff, right? Oh god, they're really coming at us, aren't they? They supposedly don't know where we are, but they found us already. Okay, well, that's not the best. Ew, boy. If they maybe... Oh yeah, oh, wouldn't it be great if she broke that building and the whole relay just fell down and blew up? I would count that as a total win. Okay, well, you know the whole engage from afar and not even be spotted thing? That's probably not going so well. So this is why we've got backup nukes, and we haven't even had a chance to do anything yet. Oh my god. Okay, well, let's get locking. Let's go ahead and lock some people. That would be great, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and get a free lock on the assassin. So there's the first one. There it is. And then we'll go ahead and maybe set a group lock right down below, because they're definitely in a bad spot for us. So lock up on the Raptor Commando and all his 3 pals here. And then I'm thinking I should probably grapple out of the way, because I'd imagine that Hive Queen's going to come right on over, right? So let's go ahead and pull back. And we've got a little more distance. No guarantee we're going to be okay, but it's a little better than we were. We could soften them up like this. Yeah, hit one of these. We might even accidentally break their cover, which is going to help. So that's one Falcon rocket. There it is. Bio Faceless has been destroyed. We've also got the top attack to hit the Raptor Commando and soften up the Vanguard. So that clears. Oh, so close, so close. Apparently our rocket grazed. No choice but to hit him again. There it is. Yeah, I'm thinking this is great when the enemy isn't close, but they're very, very close. So if I had a nuke, I'd probably just send it right on top of the assassin. But then again, we've got an elite Wraith Commando there as well, and then there's a Hive Queen. I don't think the Hive Queen, the Chrysalid, or the Chrysalid Soldier will get to us right away. So I'm thinking of just sending a nuke right here just to clear out the Sniper, the Cryolite Elite, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do is select someone who does have a nuke as a backup, Maria Volkova, armed tactical nuke. We're then going to go ahead and do a by my command from our officer. So he's going to provide that to Maria. Ooh, this is a really slim angle, isn't it? Super slim angle. We place it like that. I mean, that might have to do. All right, send it. All right, so we've cleared the mech heavy. We've cleared the... We've really cleared the cover on the Wraith Commando. Good us. Good on us. That's awesome. Man, I'd really like to lock up the sniper because he's behind cover and I don't want him to get away. So I'm going to go ahead and holo target the sniper. That guy right there. And that's the last action for a recon, and that's going to allow us to hit him even though he's fully behind cover, right? So lock on top attack, right on target, and hit that sniper. Clear. Beautiful. Beautiful. Maybe, just maybe, lightning hands. All right, our defensive sniper probably needs to go to work. That's down on the Wraith Commando. We can double tap and start clearing out the Cryolite Elite. And then we've got another shot. I might just finish that. Or we put a big hit right into the assassin. Maybe that's what we need to do. All right, send it to the assassin. Deadeye. 20, but she's going to get more resilient as we go. She's probably going to go to our sharpshooter and attack. Can we give a command to our sharpshooter and get them the heck out of there? So we'll give a command over to Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye is going to vacate the premises. They're going to get outflanked anyway, and we'll get up top on the corner right here. There it is. And we might as well... I could... Oh, okay. Apparently they weren't aggroed yet, so... Now they are. Lovely, lovely. Okay, fantastic. Well, glad we got to confirm that. Send it to the chrysalid. I mean, they were going to find us anyway, right? So we've got that. He's got the ability to shoot from far away. We could hit that chrysalid at 86. We could hit the chrysalid soldier. I think I'm just going to finish targets, so hit the little one. That's a good clear. Beautiful. We've got a Shredstorm rocket. That would come in great handy right here. Let's go ahead and send a Shredstorm rocket downrange and help us with the chrysalids. That clears all the armor. That's great. And I'm gonna end the turn and see what happens. It's mostly the assassin. She's probably gonna come in and do a harbor wave. That's a blinding grenade. She's going after our sharpshooter, or no? Harbor wave. Oh boy. Hopefully we'll survive. Oh, that's not too bad. It just hit our two enablers out here on the end. Definitely not great. Oh, yep. She made it through the skylight. Hive Queen indeed. Oh, they found us. No bueno. Looks like they're going after a recon. Reflexive pistol shot, but here it comes to a recon. Ooh boy. And that's protected with the chitin plating. How fitting. Chitin plating is created from chrysalid bodies. So, haha, take that. Well, that was not the best start. We are very blinded. So if we're looking at lock on, this is great because we can't see her, but we can definitely hit her. So let's go ahead and send it even though we're blind. We blindly trust in our technology. Can't stop progress, lady. You can't stop progress. Let's go ahead and get our sharpshooter, and we're gonna pull them away from the building. Maybe get them back here under high cover. And we're gonna get a recon, and they're gonna do the same. Just vacate this so we don't have to worry too much about all of the shenanigans out here. And now it's a clear blast radius on the roof. Who has the grenade? Here we go. Laser grenade. That sounds awesome. Send it to the Hive Queen. Eat this. Yeah, that ain't bad. All right, Animate Cryolite Elite has been cleared. 31 left on the Hive Queen, 9 left on the Chrysalid Soldier. We send another, and that's going to be just fine, right? Magnetic Grenade, send it. It usually has knockback on it, but I don't know if you can knock back the Hive Queen. Something tells me no. Well, well, it leaves her on 21. That's pretty great. I'm down with that. I guess we hit her with the artillery cannon, and that's going to make it happen. Let's go ahead and hit the Hive Queen. Did we hit her? Oh, yeah, we did. 31 for someone who isn't even trained in that thing. That ain't bad. And then we've got Seaton, but we can't see very well. And if we move, we don't have the capability to run away. Well, let's just send it while we have the opportunity. Small hit there. She moves closer. Not the best. Let's tag her. Psionic Rippling. She is going to move adjacent, which is not great. Oh, Blade Storm. Forgot about that. So now we took some damage. So we fall back. And that means anyone who's trying to fall back is going to get hurt. Okay, well, that's not the best now, is it? Overwatch at point blank and hope we can survive. We've got really good gear. We've got high-ranking soldiers, so hopefully they'll make it, right? Reinforcements? I'm not too worried about the reinforcements. Once we clear the assassin, I think we can get control, but she was kind of the wild card in this scenario. Without her, I think this would have rolled out very, very differently. I probably should have held back on the last shot so that she has to spend an action to get close. All right, Overwatch hit on the armored trooper. Big hit to a mech heavy, but fortunately they've got a lot of armor. Reaction. Lance mark on her, so easier to hit her. Overwatch close range, 9 on Grace. There it is! High five! Oh my god. That is impressive. I didn't think we'd dish out that much damage, but that is awesome. Reaction, lightning reflex is gonna bypass that. I believe he's got like very little health, maybe 1 HP or something. So if somehow we're able to get a hit on him, that'd be amazing. But he's got lightning reflexes. Oh, never mind. Well, obviously they've got a nice grouping right here. We do have grenades. We've got a magnetic grenade that we can place and hopefully knock them about and ruin their cover. Give one of these. These are like our backup armaments. Don't want rockets. Don't have to deal with rockets. High five. And we've also got a radiation grenade. I mean, yeah, place that right on top. That's going to reduce their aim and their mobility. Give them the irradiated status. Nice. Or kill them both. Okay. That's a good clear. Beautiful. Our sharpshooter. Oh! Well, sure, I'll hit the main objective. Nice. Okay, well, that's excellent. Can we deadeye that? Okay, awesome. We've got this on lockdown now. And we do have precision shot. I mean, yes, send that. That should be it. Nice. High five. Beautiful. We finally broke in contact with the enemy, and hopefully the next time that we engage, it's going to mean that we're going to have the luxury of actually locking on and doing what we came here to do in the first place. Move up a little at a time and see if we can't detect where the enemy is. We do have tracking, so proximity. Oh my, okay. Found them. We found them. And now we finally have our mech heavy gun line. There it is. And now I think it's time to prep and get to work. So let's go ahead, and anyone who has a nuke, let's go ahead and arm that up. This is a good line right here. This is excellent. So this is what I'm hoping, like on an assault HQ or something like that. Oh, is that the rest of them? How nice. If we were on an assault HQ and we set this up, then I don't think anyone's getting closer, right? Because the idea was we'd be able to engage from far, far away and be all right. But before we do that, we should probably get some holo targeting done right there. This way, if they do scramble, we can still make sure that we can dish out a little bit of hurt, right? We'll send a nuke and soften them up. Shot out. That's a good opener. You know what? There's more where that came from. You can't run, buddy. You can't run. Too late. Too bad. So sad. Then there was one. Oh my god. Yep, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. What else do we have? Oh, you're the one who shot the nuke, right? Oh, no, you don't. We have another nuke. Oh, that's right. Maybe we'll hang on to that one, and we'll send a lockdown attack right here. There it is. We could probably just shoot it with the gun, right? That's from our mech support. Enemy down. Beautiful. Nice. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, I don't know if they're going to scramble. Well, he can't run. Let's go ahead and finish off the bomber veteran and splash the Spectre simultaneously. High five.
Good riddance.
No kidding. Good riddance indeed. We've got a shot on the mech longbow. Sure. That's a good clear. This is artillery. This is artillery. So they haven't even aggroed. They just know they've been hit like crazy. Yeah. Which is awesome. Oh, there's still a chrysalid in there. Okay, fair enough. I forgot about that little guy. So one of our nukes is still armed. I mean, I guess I'll just send it to the chrysalid. Yep. It's not a waste. It's not a waste. I just wanted to be sure. We'll just shoot at the Spectre and call it a day. Have that. Multi-target. We're going to go in and place it right on the Lancer. That's going to allow us to lock all three, and there's nowhere they can hide. So this is where the sustain comes in, right? Nice. Great job. This is where the sustain comes in, because we can keep shooting the artillery cannon all day long, and then usually they'll scramble someplace that's difficult for us to hit, right? Which is the worst. But I mean, not too many places to hide. Not too many places to hide. How about you? Oh yeah, that ain't bad. It's like coupling a mech sniper with a mech heavy. Wow. High five. So the last scenario was a little in our face, and I kind of felt like we didn't really get to see what the mech heavy squad could do. So in this case, we've actually been attacked on a chosen Avenger defense. We've cleared the initial area, cleared out the chosen as well, and now we've got 28 enemies remaining, and we are currently undetected, and there's a sectopod right on the rise. So this is kind of the scenario that I think kind of fits a little bit better. Maybe not perfectly ideal, but I figured let's go ahead and take a crack at it. We can snap out a multi-target, get as many of them locked up as possible. There's a custodian, a sectopod, an elite engineer, an advent commando, and let's go ahead and send it and see what rolls out of that. Whatever's left is going to get hit with all the locked on shots, right? So good soft hit. 6 left on the custodian, 43 left on the sectopod. So we've got the lock on direct shot. Nice thing is we didn't even have to lock onto this guy because he's mechanical. We can send these to him no problem without the holo targeting. It's the custodian that needs that holo targeting right now. The Falcon rockets will hit this guy all day long, no worries whatsoever, and we're gonna keep him away from our gun line. Just continue to send it until he goes away.
This one's for you.
There it is, new target. Enemy down, beautiful. Then there's the singleton, and we can probably save on the ammunition on the custodian, and that is solid. High five. Oh, there we go. We got another pod right here. That's fantastic. And I suppose we could, let's just go ahead and snap off a fast lock here. So we'll just get back on half. And the nice thing is, now that we cannot see the Vipers, we should be able to top-down attack like this and not even aggro the pod. So send it. There goes the Magma Viper. We'll go ahead and grapple up.
We've got an enemy squad here.
All right, new squad right at the optional objective. Okay, we can holo target, multi-target that group. I guess we can get that off like this, and then we can disappear and we can engage this pod, even though there's still that pod to engage on the left there, right? Let's go ahead and break contact, and then we're just going to go ahead and just hammer away on these guys. We're just going to try to hit the guys in the middle and kind of get some opportunistic splash. This to the shield bearer. Good impact. Hit the Muton elite. That's some artillery. So elite next. Maybe we can wipe him out. Solid. That's a good kill on the elite. Beautiful. 41 left on that sectopod. We've got Rose, and she's got a shot to the elite priest for 1. So he's definitely not going to sustain after this. He's got a bit of a headache now, right? And I don't know. Should we keep hitting this guy? I mean, it's a decent amount. Yeah, sure. 18's not bad. By the time he gets to us, it's only going to take a few shots. We should probably save some of these things. We still have quite a lot of charges, though, which is kind of awesome because I forgot there's 6 of us now. I left one of the mech heavies back at home before. It was my bad. My bad. I forgot. I misplaced the mech heavy, and now we've got them here. So we've got more firepower than we did before. So yeah, sure. Let's just keep sending it. There it is. And then one more should be enough. That's a pod clear.
What do we got here?
Excellent. High five. All right, so we've shifted our gun line over to the right. We were back here. Now we're over here. And all we got to do is move on up. I did see that there's a presence right here. We do know there's an Exalted Custodian somewhere over here as well. And unfortunately, the moment we spot them, they're going to spot our spotter. So we'll have to see how this goes. I moved too far to the right. I'm probably going to aggro someone over here as well. But you know what? It's kind of okay. So let's just see what we can cook up. There we go. So we've aggroed like everyone probably at the same time, including a Grandmaster. So that's a little rough. But hey, we've got explosives to deal with the issue, right? We're going to do a rapid target on the Grandmaster. And I'm going to see if I can pull off a nuke and at least clear some of that cover potentially, right? Let's go in and soften up their cover. Send it. Shut up. Good clear on cover. Fantastic. My God. That is epic. Well, we definitely got their attention. Definitely got their attention. So there were 12. There are now 9. We've aggroed everybody on the remaining on the field. One to the Lancer. And we can send a second as well. If it weren't a graze, that should be enough. All right, double graze. Double graze. And we're going to use decisive action on Lazarus. That's going to fill up the points to 2. And then Lazarus is going to have enough to launch this thing. And then we'll just place it wherever we might be able to soften up the enemy a little more potently. Here we go. Send it. Fire. Ha! And cover's a little more clear now. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So they're down to 8 now. Hold for a second. What opportunities do we have? We got the Sectopod. We got the Elite Purifier. I mean, God, he's done. Send that. That's a good clear on the Elite Purifier. Just start bombarding the Sectopod. We'll leave the Grandmaster be. He's kind of priority number 1, unless we have a way to control him, I think. We could potentially shut him down with our medic. We're going to brute force this Sectopod. We have so many rockets. 16 to 17 on a Gremlin Mark III. Beautiful. Sectopod down. Fantastic. All right, do we have anything left? Or is that turn? That's turn. That's turn. All right, Muton Elite in the background. There it is. So he's part of the remaining 6, right? 1, 2. Oh, there we go. Another Muton Elite. And then there should be another one that I can't see. Oh, the Elite Priest. Okay, so those are the last 6. 5 in front of us and the Custodian in stasis. Shield Bearer puts up the shield. But he's not behind cover. Holy Warrior 2. I'm assuming the Muton Elite. Okay, fair enough. But he already moved. He can't engage at the moment. Priest gets in the valley. Grandmaster comes on in. He's probably going to go for a recon. Yep. That's pretty nasty. I was worried. But we're still okay. And let's go in and soften up the group. Send it. Shot. Clear that rock. Rock clear. Rock is clear. Fantastic. I'm going to hit that shield bearer. 97. Send it. Decent damage. We've got a magnetic grenade. I might need to move on up in order to utilize those things. So let's get on up there. And obviously, the more that we lock, the more options that we have to use our Falcon rockets. But let's go ahead and try to soften up these 3 at the same time. Not too sure how many we're going to get.
Target's cleared.
All 3. For the most part. Okay, he's got a little bit left. He's got a little bit left. So that leaves 3. The Elite Priest, the Advent Custodian, and the Custodian Grandmaster. Fantastic. I don't know if we have enough to brute force. Well, we can definitely hit the Priest. All right, hit the Priest twice. That should be enough to just get him out of here. That's 1 hit. So if we look at averages, it's something like 18 damage. 16, so we're looking at like 32 per salvo. Send a direct shot. Send it. Good damage for 29. A lot better. Let's tuck up. We've got lightning hands. Send it. That's for Lance Mark. We're going to place a rocket right into him. That's for 10. And then, heck, we might as well save the decisive action and just shoot him ourselves. Here we go. Good clear. High five. That leaves one. That literally leaves one. The Advent Custodian, yeah? Here he comes.
Commander. Your cannon is primed and ready to fire.
We got a kill, so untouchable. Forgot about that. That's awesome. All right, where are you going, buddy? The moment we get a lock on him, it's over. Because we have so much brute force, right? Raw brute force. Holo target. There we go. Just keep hitting him. Excellent. Yeah, this is so broken. You know, when something works, just keep doing it until he's dead. There it is. High five. So not too bad. Granted, there was a bit of an engagement right in the very beginning when the Chosen came up. They were right in our face once again, but you know what? That's just how the Assassin is. Other than that, I think it worked pretty well. The mech heavies were able to push through, and as long as we kept our distance, they could just continue to engage, and they made it through a sustained engagement with the artillery cannons. I think this is it. This is pretty darn awesome. So if you enjoyed that, please feel free to like, share, or comment down below. It helps us a great deal. And if you'd like to see more random squads, please feel free to let me know that as well. I would love to try out some new compositions and then make a video of it. So with that having been said, I had a total blast. I hope you did as well. And I can't wait to get into the next one with you. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.